excellence. We recognize the dedication, resilience, and brilliance of practitioners who have not only excelled in their fields, but have also elevated the standards of our profession. This event is more than a dinner. It is a testament to the enduring spirit of the law and the men and women who breathe life into it every day. On the role of practitioners, litigation lawyers safeguard justice in our court, ensuring that rights are protected and disputes resolved fairly. Commercial lawyers drive the engines of commerce, structuring transactions that fuel economic growth. Conveyancing lawyers secure the foundations of property and ownership, giving certainty to families, business, and institutions. Together, these practitioners from the pillars of our legal system, each indispensable, each contributing to the rule of law and the prosperity of our nation. On excellence and recognition, the unveiling of the top 100 external practitioners is not merely a roll call of names. It is a recognition of integrity, innovation, and impact. It is a reminder that excellence is not an accident, but the result of consistent hard work, ethical practice, and a commitment to justice. To those honored tonight, you carry the torch of leadership. You inspire younger lawyers to aim higher, to practice with dignity, and to embrace the evolving demands of our profession. To those honored tonight, we appreciate you. On the future of the profession, as we celebrate, let us also reflect. The legal profession is at a crossroad, challenged by technology, globalization, and shifting societal expectation. Our responsibility is to adapt without losing the essence of our calling. We must embrace innovation, uphold discipline, and ensure inclusivity, so that the new law remains a beacon of fairness and opportunity for all. And on closing, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we dine not only in celebration, but in affirmation of our shared values. May this recognition strengthen our resolve to protect the rule of law, to mentor the next generation, and to continue building a profession that commands respect both within and beyond our borders. Congratulations to honorees. May your achievement inspire us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause, tafadhali, to Mukenya, with remarks from the branch chair. Asante sana. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, before I invite the next speaker, I am told that dinner is almost ready, but my instructions are that you guys look like you're full. You're already satisfied. Aha, is it true? Yeah? Yes. I shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Okay, so I've been given a very simple task. Make sure before you bring these beautiful people to me, make sure they are on empty. Okay? So I'll give you a very small task. Okay? So please be upstanding. I'll show you what you'll do so that we... Very good. Very good. If there is a seat close by, push it inside and move behind that seat. Aha, fantastic. Good. You guys are very good students. Very nice. Yeah, you need some space for this one. Okay. Aha, give your neighbor a high five. Make sure we are together. Fantastic. Ah, very good. Very good. Very good. So this one you have... If you've seen this before, just act as if you have not. Don't give me the look, okay? Fine. DJ, give me. So you just look at me. You look at me, you follow what I do, okay? So hands up. Both hands. Then you do 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you clap 4 times. Good. They knew. DJ. Hands up, everyone. Let's go. Fantastic. You guys are amazing. Hands up, let's go. Haya, find a partner. Come. Find a partner like this. Just that. Find a partner. If they are boring, find another one. Aha. Aha. Yes. Aha. 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 Hands up, hands up. Let's go. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Find another partner. We are doing it again. 1, 2. Let's go, let's go. I'm snatching you. Let's go. Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. 1, 2. Let's go. Faster. Faster. Whoa, you've done it. Check your neighbor, they still breathing. Ask them, where is your medication? On the which side of the pocket? Good. Yeah, the ones who are standing, stand like that. The ones who are seated are the ones going for the medication, eh? So, one more, and then you sit, okay? Just one more, okay? Are you guys ready? This one is simple. So, I've seen there are several Gen Zs here who gave us a holiday we didn't want yesterday. So, we are going to give you this one. Gen Zs, are there any Gen Zs in the house? So, we're going to teach you one from the Gen Zs. Are you ready? So, you just put your hand like this. Fantastic. You see the Gen Zs are already doing it. Kanjama the way, senior, wewe unakaa ni kama ni Gen Z. I can see you. Are you ready? Yeah, so DJ undapatia weka tick, eh? Are you ready? So everyone hands here. Yeah, you guys are amazing. And then here. Simple. DJ, let's go. So start here. Yeah, fantastic. I see you. Oh, then your right foot forward like this. Check your neighbor. Guys, right foot. The right foot, the right foot is the one on your right. Some of you want with aid of diagrams. DJ, are you ready? Let's go. So here. Then you bounce.
I go.
I see you.
Attention, Cassie. Attention.
Get ready.
Weka tick. Tick. Umeamka fiti weka tick. Tick. Kauna pumua weka tick. Tick. Ni dopa naitwa Jabidiso hapa naogopa nimeshinda niko show gospel ni show stupa kama hii ni moto na ni bomba kauna kubali weka kidole cha gumba ishara uko na bumpa to bumpa nimesikia mseki ongelea highness word inaniweka hadi kushinda chupa maana mimi no beg brother pana suta bidi mia blessed mena pana kupa wanasema muziki ni dawa maana doctor so biti ki drop bidi na sapu pupa na kauna sikia hii ni wako prosper. So weka tick, tick. Confirm na mimi weka tick, tick. Kauna pumua weka tick, tick. Amekuamsha weka tick, tick. Energy ni fiti, tick, tick.
Weka tick,
tick, tick. Unaweza smile, tick, tick. Asante.
Weka
yeah. Biti kitu ina respond. With the immediate effect kuna kupostpone. Mani kuzituka kudisturb. Naka wenye watafasha kipa distance. Johimba ya kidesign. Tawashika mpaka 2020.
Let's go.
Bado vibada dan wala dem kubayo. Biti nani kita.
Shaskia kikingia ni kublast.
Wewe DJ wewe. Hii mnajua mtaanguka hapa wewe. Hold it DJ. Next time. Please give your neighbor a high five. Make sure they are breathing. They are okay. Kuna maji kwa meza. We knew some of us are suffering right now. The knees are almost giving. Yes. You guys are amazing. I will call you back again, okay? In the meantime, relax. Take some water, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. So at this moment, please permit me to invite the first person to come and give us the keynote address. George Kashindi, kindly. So DJ, please give him some music as he makes his way here. Asindikiza na muziki. Ama namna gani, si ndio? He can come with some music. Good. Welcome. Karibu sana. George.
of our society. The chairman to Nairobi branch, whose speech has been read. Pleasure that because you can't speak after. My name, as you've heard, is George Kashindi. I'm in 2002. So far, I'm continuing to enjoy the profession, so to get what we call reverse mentorship. I was asked to make a short address, 5 minutes long, so I will go straight to the point. I'll start off just discussing a few ideas that I think are relevant, taking some training. And one of our trainers, who is the CEO of AMREF, told us about legacy and said that legacy of dynamism in this profession is such that we find ourselves in spaces that we can't quite predict. Fortunately, good evening again. As my apologies for that. I think as soon as the judge of appeal came in, my microphone was switched off. My Lord had just started by saying that I had been placed to speak after you, which was going to be rather unfortunate, because you can't speak after your Lord. That's number one. Number two, you can't speak after your senior. And of course, number three, the school I went to, you can't speak after somebody who went to your school has already spoken. So I'm quite relieved to I'd say that I'll cover maybe 4 random thoughts. One of them is legacy. And I was asking, what legacy are we living as practitioners? And I'd mentioned that legacy is not what necessarily the practice that we practice every day, but it is what we live after we are gone. That is really the legacy that we need to farms that have stayed on after the proprietors have left. Farms that can say that they are 100 years and beyond. Our senior counsel, Ahmed Nasir, made a very controversial statement. He said, work very hard for the first 15 years. and they make money for the first 15 years. But after the 15 years, they get distracted by politics. Some get distracted by maybe a second wife, and then they leave practice. And it's said that these other practitioners work on their farm for the first 15 years. And then after they have worked on their farm for 15 years, then they start making money from the 15th year going onwards. And I found that as much as it was controversial and he was quoting somebody, it was not his own saying. He was saying that he was advised when he was starting practice. I reflected on that and was wondering whether that is true to us. That do we spend enough time to work on our farms so that after 15 years, after 25 years, those farms are then working for us? I'll move on quickly to the second point of my reflection for tonight, which is the challenges of this profession. And we have many challenges of this profession. And I was just wondering whether we need to revise our expectations. Is law, and some of the questions I'll just share, I don't have answers for this, but as I practice, I wonder whether law is a calling or a business. Are we here to help society, or are we here to make money? Are we here to grow rich? Perhaps if we are here to grow rich, maybe we need to look for other professions, or we need to look for other businesses, because it is difficult to make money in this profession. My pupil master had started to practice in Nairobi. I was born in the 70s. My pupil master already had opened practice in the city of Nairobi. To put in resources, you have to put in patience. And currently, we are dealing with challenges where we have many young lawyers who are coming into the profession. Are we providing opportunities for them? Do we know where they're going? We have challenges of our prime work being taken by other providers. Accountants are moving into legal space. They are having law firms or lawyers within their departments. Are we ready for these challenges as we continue to practice? We have seen challenges in BRS where work that used to be done by lawyers is being taken up. We have seen things like immigration, employment, mediation. We have seen encroachment in those particular areas. Are we ready for these challenges? We have young lawyers complaining of bullying by seniors. We have young lawyers complaining of harassment. Let me just call it sexual harassment by the proper name. What are we doing as a profession to be able to deal with these emerging issues? We have the middle bar. These are lawyers 10 years, 12 years to 15 years who are complaining of shrinking space. There is no, they're not receiving instructions. They are having to rethink about this profession. So those are some of the challenges that we have to deal with as some of the issues that I wonder about is why should we have 5 or 6 firms from South Africa operating in our market and we do not to be able to move into these new areas? Can we go into other jurisdictions? Why is it that we are on the receiving end legal practice. I've talked about the issue of innovation. And my challenge is that we are not innovating enough. We are not having enough new ways of doing law. Still fixated to the old ways of doing law, which was conveyancing and litigation. I was sent a message by a young lawyer because I was trying to go into an area of law and practiced by 2 lawyers in this country. And I was wondering how that is possible when we have many lawyers who have master's degrees, some with PhDs, and they have not moved into these new areas. My second last point is the issue of new forms of work and the challenge between intergenerational way of doing work. 2 weeks ago, the International Labour Organization adopted Convention 193, which is a convention that recognizes decent work in the platform economy. We have the older bar, and then we have the younger bar, and we have the middle. They have different ways of doing work. Is this something that we are ready to look into as a profession? The way technology is going to change the way work is, the client will bring you an opinion already and ask you just to be able to ratify or to check 1 or 2 things. They are able to do many things. What is left? My closing remarks will be around this recognition that Nairobi branch is doing. A friend who runs one of these rankings in this country, and sometimes in our class group, we see a lot of debate around it. We see some, but the reality is that recognition and ranking directories play a very important role in showcasing the skills. Great work at this by looking at capabilities of lawyers and then ranking them so that you can be able to know which lawyers do what type of work. As I was preparing this, I just received recognition of lawyers is a great thing. For those of you who are going to be unveiled, congratulations. For those of you who will not be in the short list or the final list, keep trying. You have to make several attempts. You have to improve your work. And these things work collectively to ensure that the legal practice works in, functions well. Look and see that we can depend on these lawyers. We can reach out to them whenever we need services. So congratulations to all. Thank you very much, and we look forward to a great event tonight. Thank you.
One more time, let's have. Thank you very much. So ladies and gentlemen, at this point, please permit me to invite again Senior Counsel and my senior, the Chair of the Trust, Senior Counsel Biuta Siganga. Please appreciate Senior Counsel as he makes his way here. Makofi mazuri tafadhali. Thank you very much.
Good evening. The Senior Counsel present in the House, the President of the Law Society, the Council of the Nairobi branch, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Trust. He started the Nairobi Legal Awards and for many years has chaired the Trust. So when in December last year he decided to step down as chair so that he could concentrate on contesting the presidency of the Law Society, I took over from him. So It's my pleasure to invite the President of the Law Society of Kenya, Mr. Charles Kanjama, Senior Counsel, to address us, and then thereafter, Mr. Kanjama.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Sabu, sabu,
when I was campaigning for LSK, I could not have been allowed to walk up without a dance. I would like to appreciate our chief guest, Judge of Appeal, Patrick Kiage. It is a pleasure to have you with us, Anga Senior Counsel, and all the senior counsel in the room, the trustees of Nairobi Legal Awards Trust, the special jury that has worked on this process, the technical committee of NLA, the secretariat of Nairobi Legal Awards, as well as Law Society of Kenya. I would like to of LSK, led by Chair Kivuva and his council. Chair Kivuva is also a trustee of NLA, and Nairobi Legal Awards is a project of LSK Nairobi branch. I've also seen my Vice President, Teresia Wavinya. If you are present, just stand and wave. Are you still around somewhere? She's there at the back. Let's give her a round of applause. So I would like to appreciate you all who are here, those who have participated in this process that has given rise to the listing. I'll just make a few remarks, and I want to refer to a gentleman called Gordon Moore. Have you heard of Gordon Moore? So Gordon Moore was a who became the CEO and president of Intel. Intel is a semiconductor company from the 1960s. Semiconductor chips. This is basically the cell of computing. The whole architecture of transistors. And transistors are some form of electric circuits that allow on and capability was significantly lower than the processing capability of a Casio calculator of the 1980s or 1990s. Semiconductor chip were very few in the chip. But the people involved in the technology of computers, they had the number of transistors in a semiconductor chip. So he made a prediction that for the next 10 or 20 years, this industry approach will continue. And they will continue doubling the number of transistor chips transistors in the semiconductor chip every 2 years. So this is what came to be called Moore's Law. The amazing thing is that the prediction of Gordon Moore became true not just for the decade of the 70s, but in the 1980s, the 90s, the 2000s, until the early 2010s. And what it has done is that it has transformed computing. This phone of mine has much greater capacity, and it's just a normal Samsung Android phone, much greater capacity for processing than the best mainframe computers of the 1990s, when I studied some IT and did a bit of computer programming. This pursuit of continuous improvement and excellence has meant that even wearables like wristwatches that have transistor chips have tremendous computational power. It has transformed the world. The pace of squeezing transistors into the semiconductor chip has reached 300 billion transistors in a chip. They have become so tiny that they now measure the width of the transistor using nanometers. And in China and in the US, there is still cutting edge research, investigation to see how to make the transistor even more efficient. Why this long story? Because I want to use this journey, this sense of urgency about the need to squeeze more transistors into the chip as an analogy, as a metaphor for continuous improvement. And that is what I believe excellence truly is. The excellent practitioner of today has to be more efficient, effective, adaptable than the practitioner of 10 years ago or 20 years ago. That push for continuous improvement, if you're a commercial practitioner or advocate, I'm able to be more effective in the transactions I do, faster, more communicative, give access to the client, etc. That push, so that when you look at the transactions you did 2 years ago, you say, wow, you mean I used to do them like this 2 or 3 years ago? Because you've improved. That's the sign of excellence. So excellence is not a stage or a state. Excellence is a journey. It is an activity. It is a sign that you are continuously trying to get better. If you are in a law firm, the way you manage the law firm, the way you deal with clients, if you are in corporate, the way you deal with those other user departments there, if you are a litigation lawyer, your ability to process the raw materials of your work, the judgments, the laws, the publications, and even analyze. There is a certain Indian gentleman who's been coming to Kenya a few times over the last 1 year, and he set up an AI tool. He was talking to me about it. And with that AI tool, if I'm going to appear before Judge Kiage next week, and it is a stay application, I can even analyze what is the philosophy of Judge Kiage and jurisprudence on this matter, so that I'm able to tailor-make even my submissions in accordance with the jurisprudence of the particular judge, judicial officer, with the latest trends. This desire, this compulsion to continuously improve, Moore's law applied to the legal profession, is the reason we are here. And so I want to really appreciate and acknowledge those of you who have satisfied the jury and the process that you deserve to be in that listing of top litigation or commercial or conveyancing lawyers. So it's not a question purely of experience that I have done so many commercial transactions in the past. It's what you're doing now and where you are headed. So thank you all, and I look forward, because I retired from the trust, to the unveiling of the top list. Even me, I want to know, because I want to learn from those of you here, your respective stories. And I request the organizers of this event to ensure that there is some form of booklet, citations booklet, or profiles booklet, or even short videos with some of the honorees, so that we, those of us who did not make it to the list, can also learn from those of you who are there. And if you bask in the afterglow of the recognition today, please remember, or please note, tomorrow someone else will overtake you. So excellence is a continuous journey, because justice is an aspiration that we continue to seek. With those few remarks, it is now my very distinguished pleasure to invite our chief guest. We call him sometimes the poet, the Shakespeare writer and reader of the Court of Appeal. His judgments are really good. from his days in the High Court. When we appear before his court, sometimes he puts us on our toes, he questions us, and we hope that as he does that, because he gets to the heart of the matter, that he can also treat us sometimes with some compassion. As lawyers, we approach the court sometimes with anxiety as we seek to pursue the client to get their justice in the court. But he is an outstanding jurist, a judge, and a lawyer ultimately. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome our chief guest, Justice Patrick Kiage.
Please be seated. Thank you very much, President Charles Kanjama. Allow me to ride on the protocols already established. I can see time is much spent, so I will try not to say too much. But you look lovely tonight. Well, that was to you guys. You look lovely tonight. This really is a celebration. And if what we have in the room tonight is the best of the bar, I would think that you would not look so grave. Really, don't look so grave. It's a celebration. I mean, you made it here. You made it here, you've been recognized, and it's a good thing. And so try and relax, take it easy. Life is for the living, and life is beautiful. When I got the invite to come and speak here today, and I say this because I've already warned him that I was going to say something about it. You know, the letter that invited me, after saying many things, it said, you need to come and speak because there are very many ladies who look up to you. So I wondered, so why ladies only? That was a faux pas. I believe that it meant to be ladies and gentlemen. But let me say, it was rather pleasant to know that there are some ladies who look up to me. I hope they are in the room. But I also like to hope that the gentlemen also do look up to me, because I do look up to many seniors who are here tonight, and who blazed the trail that many of us followed thereafter. George, thank you for stepping in and for speaking before me. I appreciate that. I thank you for the reflections that you shared with all of us. They are important. Allow me to take a few minutes to also share my reflections. I was asked to talk about a view from the bench, so that you are likely to hear more from the perspective of litigation. I spent many years as a litigator myself, and I loved it. And when I taught some of you at the School of Law, you remember I would always say that it is in litigation that the rubber meets the road, and that there's something about it, about being a litigator. But let's not take away from those who do conveyancing and other work as well, because excellence cuts across the various fields, and you are being recognized here tonight because of your ability, of what you have achieved so far, to be at the top of your game. Allow me to first of all say that the things I'm going to talk about today, it will feel in a sense like I am preaching to the choir, because you are here because you have done the best in these areas. So if what I say, you feel like saying, I know that already, it's okay. Once, not too long ago, I was sitting in a church in Atlanta, Georgia, and my little niece, 9 years old, very brilliant girl, was seated at the front like all kids, and so they invite someone to come and give the children's story, and the speaker made the mistake of wanting to speak about Zacchaeus, the short man of the Bible. And the little girl, Liana, this way and say, we know that already, then I will stop. Let me talk about, first of all, I congratulate you. Let me reflect on the need for continued creativity and originality. You wouldn't be here if you hadn't done something extra and something different from what everyone else does. And I think that in a world that changes so fast and a profession that always changes so fast, it's important to be able to be creative, to be innovative, to be original. I think that we must be willing to think outside of the box. We must eschew the silo mentality, and we must also eschew, I think, a situation where we are just an echo chamber, talking to each other the same way, saying the same kind of stuff over and over and over again. I want you to spare a thought for the judge who daily hears the same arguments presented in exactly the same way, and try to be a little different. Because I think being creative, being original, makes someone say, instead of saying, I've heard that before, they're like, wait a minute, I haven't heard it put in exactly that new way. And it does make a difference. When I joined the court, 13.5 years ago, believe it or not, nearly 14, I may have said this to some of you, I had a problem with advocates who took too long, saying the same thing over and over and over again. And when I raised that with my colleagues, my seniors, who were a lot older than I remember being told, come on, judge, let counsel exhaust himself. And my standard answer always was, counsel has every right to exhaust himself, but he doesn't have a right to exhaust me. Right? So think, be creative, be original. I used to tell my students, it's all about persuasion, right? And persuasion is an art. So you need to make it, after all, don't you hear speeches all the time? Don't people say the same thing all the time? But you will probably remember somebody who put it differently. So be innovative. And think outside the box. And in this regard, I want to say one of, in my years in practice, on the bench, one of the things I wonder about, I have this thing for the Constitution, and I've always wondered why so many years later we still call it the new Constitution. It's no longer new. 2010 to now, how many years are those? 16 years. Those are many years. It's no longer a new Constitution. But I ask myself, where are the warriors of or for the Constitution? Where are they? I know many of you do litigate constitutionalism, constitutional issues before us, but I tend to think that we could do more. We could have a lot more people litigating this Constitution. A lot of stuff that is... disclaimer here, I was a member of the Constitutional Conference at Bombers of Kenya way back around 2002, 2003. Try and push the Constitution to see how much it can take and how much it can mean. And I think that it is And this gentleman I'm going to mention, right? The gentleman who appeared before us wearing the theater scrubs and stuff, right? And then he's arguing. Think about, talk about originality. Think about the attempt to, in the Casavananda case way back in 1973. Before I was put to sit in that bench of the Court of Appeal to hear that, and this particular magistrate had decided that in order to make his case, he would cite the Casavananda case. So I see one authority, a huge thing like this, and I'm like, what is this guy? I read through, I was very, very intrigued. And the question I posed, Julius, you are my classmate at the university. We were at the University of Nairobi studying 88. This was 15 years after Casavananda. But guess what? No one mentioned the basic structure. I never came across it. We never had it. I'm coming to hear it many, many years later, almost 30 years into the law, and I wonder, what is it that we're not doing right? And I tend to think that we are more comfortable in the beaten track. And I think we need to remember Robert Frost and the road not taken. And we need to do more about going down the road that is not taken and strike new paths. I think about those of you who litigate in the ELC. And I ask myself, how is it that when you look at the Constitution, when the Environment and Land Court was established, please note, it was the Environment and Land Court. But is it not true that 90 or more % of the cases at the ELC are about Mogoda? It's about land. But if you look at the Constitution, there's a promise there about environmental justice. And I think a lot more could be done in that area. We don't. And I could mention many other areas that we could do more about, but we don't go there at all. And so I am saying, let us think outside of the box. Let us do more. I am thinking that perhaps what we need is, we need to move towards to searching for a heterodoxy, I don't know what that is, heterodoxy, I think that's right, heterodoxy of law, that instead of just thinking about things from just a narrow way, the known way, let us think more outside. Let's avoid insularity and let us think more outside of that which is always done. The next thought I want to share with you, talk about innovation, creativity, and originality. The next thought I want to share with you is thoughts about accountability. Accountability. Sometimes sitting as a judge, you look and wonder what is happening in our society. I don't mean the LSK, I mean the Kenyan society generally. And I think that the biggest problem we have in this country is a lack of accountability. I think people literally get away with murder, Chairman Kivuva, in this country. People get away with murder. People get away with murder in the professions. Lawyers mess up their clients big time, not the ones in here. But there are times, you look at a case and as judges, you say, this guy had a good case, but see how it was framed. See how it was presented. But you guys, not you guys, your friends out there, they never will say, I messed up. Guess what they will say? The judge never understood me, or the judge was seen by somebody on the other side. But it's just the way in which the case was crafted. So we need to take accountability sometimes and be humble enough to say, I made a mistake in this one. 2, talking about accountability. Once upon a time, you remember this, we all know this, that a lawyer's word is his bond, right? Back in the day, if someone came and asked for an adjournment because they have gone to hospital, they have not, I mean, someone comes to ask for an adjournment because Council A has gone to hospital, he's unwell, we would believe it, right? The bench would believe it, and everybody in that room would believe it to be true. But guess what? These days, how often do we see someone has asked for an adjournment and then move out of the Supreme Court building an hour later, walk in town, and guess what? Council ambaye alikuwa mgonjwa mahututi yu pale mtaani, very well, healthy, and basically having a good time. Somebody came to court and lied. Not to mention, of course, the number of relatives that we kill in order to get adjournments. So an auntie today, a cousin today, a mother the other day, and then 2 years later, the same mother. Lies. And I think that really, we ought to be at a place where we know that, look, our word means something. You call your colleague and say, look, I'm going to get the check, so please don't send auctioneers, right? I'll get you the check on Wednesday, next week. That's what I've been told, please hold, right? And then he tells you, okay, that's fine. I'm going to do what? I'm going to hold. And then Friday at 2:30 p.m., the auctioneers are right there because he gave you his word, but he lied. I think it's a failure to be accountable to your colleagues in the profession, and failure to be accountable even to yourself and to your own conscience. We see a lot of that. And I want to say something as well, which is this. We see people taking up, if you're a criminal defense lawyer, for example, you know that you need to defend your client as forcefully, as persuasively as possible, but within the law, right? So there's a thin line. When people say, lawyers are liars, that's not really entirely true. Because you say, okay, fine, you say my client did it, prove it, right? But there's something you can't do as a criminal defense lawyer. One thing you can't do, for example, is you should never, ever put forth an affirmative defense which you know to be false. You can't help your client come and swear on oath that, when these things happened, I was actually, attending a ceremony, let me say this, that I was attending a koito in the village of Chemundu in Nandi. That's where I was. When you know very well that's not where he was. That's an affirmative defense. You must never encourage your client to put forth an affirmative defense that you know to be false. You can be quiet. You can challenge everything. Even the person who saw him there, you can challenge him whether it is actually him, how was he dressed, etc., etc. That you can do. But you can't say he was at place A when you know he wasn't at that place A. But that happens a lot, right? And lawyers get away with it. Now, I have a theory myself. Not a theory. I have what I think to be the solution to some of these problems. I think the problems we have in Kenya, which contribute greatly to the lawlessness we see in our land, are because, one, and perhaps we are to blame as judges, we do not sufficiently punish perjury. We don't, in fact, we never punish perjury. Someone stands up, or they stand or sit when they do their affidavits. Yeah? Someone swears an affidavit that is false from beginning to end. And we find that the person actually lied, that the affidavit was false, but we as judges, we as judicial officers, we do not punish perjury. I think we ought to. Because if we did, then even you, in fact, in other jurisdictions, you say, I swear this affidavit, fully aware of the penalties of perjury. So that, and you should be able to warn your client, if you swear falsely, you're going to be in trouble. But I think too many advocates are more than happy to not care whether that is, which is being said, is true or not. And that needs to change. You can imagine if people did not swear falsely, because they would be punished, then even you, as you face a case in court, as you go to litigate, you know you are coming from a place of confidence that what my client told me is true. So you can push it with as much energy and as much passion and much persuasion as you can. The second problem, I think, which needs to be sorted out, and I think the judiciary needs to do that, is contempt of court. We never sufficiently punish contempt of court. President Charles Kanyama, am I moving in that same direction of being harsh? I'm sorry. But I think we need to. Because court orders, if your court order, the court order you received today, is ignored, if the court order is disobeyed with contumacious disregard, surely then what is the purpose of a court order? In other jurisdictions, when someone tells you we'll meet in court, someone actually gets to worry because they're going to meet in court, and if you are in the wrong, you're going to be discovered, you're going to lose it. So we don't actually punish that. But I want to say this, thirdly connected to that, is that, and this part of accountability, I think that the bar perhaps needs to do more in terms of holding your colleagues who are errant to account. You know the lawyers who deal with clients' money in a particular manner. You probably haven't punished them enough. And I think, sorry, I'm not saying that you should go change your laws, but just think about it. Are the members of the DC elected? They still are elected? Do you see a problem there? Hello? Do you see a problem there? Do you choose which votes? Do you say I'll get votes only from the good guys? Or do you get votes from everyone? You get votes from goats. Well, not goats. You get votes from everyone. And I think that is the problem. How much you can do, especially if you seek to be re-elected, perhaps will be, in a sense, stymied by the fact that you will be looking for votes. I was speaking to a judge from some jurisdiction not too long ago, and he told me that for them, and please don't quote me, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that's necessarily what should happen, but they said for them, the chair of the disciplinary council is actually a senior judge. He's not elected, so he doesn't have to worry about being nice so that he can get re-elected, right? And then I also know that in other jurisdictions, it's not even the courts that lawyers have to fear. It is the bar leadership that they should fear. Because you say, the judge says, I am going to refer you to the bar council. And the bar council will deal with you. And I think it's in the best interest of all of us that we should actually root out those who are bringing our profession to disrepute. And let me say this as well. Senior, and all the seniors around. You know that when we were much younger in the profession, rarely would you see lawyers having an exchange with magistrates and judges, right? Never did. That was never it. But isn't that commonplace these days? Fredo Jambo, senior. I mean, in your days, when you were in practice, I'm sure it never happened. But these days it happens. And unfortunately, with great respect, unfortunately, some of the culprits are the not so young as well. People who are senior and people who therefore should be, setting an example. Unfortunately, what the younger people will think is that that is the way to go ahead. By taking judges and magistrates head on, by being intemperate. The other day, I will not say who it was, but somebody came out of a courtroom and made a scurrilous comment about a judgment. You know what they called it? This is judicial. I mean, how does anyone honestly do that? When I used to teach over there, I remember quoting from a letter that one senior lawyer wrote to his son who was joining the bar. And he said that, when you lose a case, don't burn down the courthouse. Don't burn down the courthouse because you lost a case. So when you lose a case, just take it manfully, right? Take it manfully. It's just a case. Don't be over-invested in any one case. And remember that courtroom is the place where you make your living, right? So I want to suggest very strongly that we need to reflect on accountability. And if there is anyone in the profession who would help in that enterprise, it is the people here, because you are the best of the best, right? So please bear that in mind and see what you can do. The final one I want to mention to you is humanity. This I've always said. We are lawyers, but before we were lawyers, we are first human beings. And long after we've hung our practice boots, we will still be human beings. Now, this idea that lawyers, I've mentioned before, that lawyers are liars is not a good thing. This idea that lawyers are heartless is not a good thing. You know what they say around here? Ogopa wakili. Hello? Ogopa wakili. You'll get, what do you call it? They call it something. Character development, right? Character development being constant, right? But what I'm saying is, I think that let us be human. Let us be human. And even though some guy wrote a book called Lawyers and Other Reptiles, I think we should not be reptilian. Let us avoid being reptilian. Let us be at that place where our word is our bond. Let us be people of integrity who are able to be true to self and true to God, whoever you conceive him to be. There's a character of Shakespeare's who said, "This above all else, to thine own self be true, and it would follow as day follows night, that thou would not be to another false." All the people who lie around, who are being false to other people, the problem is that they are not being true to themselves. So let us be true to ourselves. Let us stand for that which is right. You know, for every land grab there is in this country, there is some lawyer involved in a conveyancing. True or false? So that when now we start coming up with, you know, it's interesting how this country we have changed, we have moved goalposts about the jurisprudence on land law, right? You know that. There was once a time we said the title is sacrosanct, so long as you have a title, good. Later on we said if there are two competing titles, the first in time carries the day. And then we discovered there's a problem there. So now, where we now are, dinner management and so on from the Supreme Court, we are saying you must go to the root of title. And I remember applying root of title myself. I said that, you know, I quoted from Chinua Achebe in one of my judgments and said, you know, is it Nze or Nzi the Bad said that since men have learned to shoot without missing, I have learned to fly without perching. So the judges, the courts have had to try and fly without perching, because if you don't, you're going to be taken to the cleaners by, you know, you write a beautiful judgment and all along it was a false trail you are following. And then you give judicial imprimatur to what was really a land grab. So it's a problem that we have there. And I just want to say, take a moment to just, I mean, it's better to lose a brief, no matter how big, than to lose your soul, really, in the end. Because believe it or not, I believe with all of my heart that after we have done here, there's an accounting to be done somewhere to he from whom no secret is hidden, right? So let me finish by quoting two people. I said, don't be heartless. So I say, have some empathy. One of the things that used to shock me and is this. You know, way back, running down was a thing in this country, right? In this town, running down. Lots of lawyers made lots of money with running down cases. But it was not, now you get to see that an accident occurs somewhere in Tharaka-Nithi, on the bridge there, the bus had 30 passengers, but somehow 120 claimants are able to file cases. A lawyer somewhere is involved. A lawyer together with an ambulance chaser, they are creating all of these things. A whole edifice of falsity and fraud happens, and lawyers are involved, right? That's one aspect. The other aspect is, how often, I mean, you know this, someone gets injured, they get paid damages of say 3 million shillings, and then the lawyer keeps 60 or 70% of that. Excuse me? Is it your head that was cracked in the accident? Is it your ribs? Are you the one who lay in that hospital for that long? How do you take away 60% of a guy who was injured? Have you no fear? Have you no fear of a God? And have you no fear, if not God, have you no fear of something called karma? And karma, as you know, is a beautiful someone. I mean, the point is, have you no fear? So that is only when you have no empathy that you can do. Hepburn, and she had this to say about empathy, and I want to share that with you as part of that thing of being human. And this is what she said. Audrey Hepburn said, "Nothing is more important than empathy for another human being's suffering." Nothing is more important for another human being suffering. In this country, I see people celebrating people suffering. And it happens, especially on social media. I mean, I remember, I won't name names. I remember somebody losing their child. And then hundreds and upon hundreds of people on social media celebrating a mother's. So there's a deficit of empathy we have in this country, and I don't know what's going to happen. I think we all need Jesus. Really, we do. So anyway, nothing is more important than empathy for another human being suffering. Not a career. Hello? Not a career. Not your fees. That's not more important. Not wealth. Not intelligence. Certainly not status. We have to feel for one another if we are going to survive with dignity. I think that if we had a more empathetic bar, we'll have a better society. I truly, truly believe that. And now, as I sit down, let me read to you from a guy. J.G. Holland was an essayist. He was a poet, an American poet. He was a thinker. He was every good thing. He was a preacher. He was all manner of things. And one of the most beautiful little poems I ever came across that he wrote is titled, "God, Give Us Men." Hello, what did I say? What did I say? God, give us men. He said, God, give us men. A time like this demands strong minds, great hearts, true faith, and ready hands. Men whom the lust of office does not kill. Men whom the spoils of office cannot buy. Men who possess opinions and a will. Men who have honor. Men who will not lie. Men who can stand before a demagogue and damn his treacherous flatteries without above the fog in public duty and in private thinking. For while the rabble with their thumb and their little deeds mingle in selfish strife, lo, freedom weeps, wrong rules the land, and waiting justice weeps. Ladies and gentlemen, God give us men and women, because then we can have a better bar, a better country, a better society, and we just might have a better chance of seeing life eternal. May God bless you.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate Justice Patrick Kiage. I have nothing useful to add. Yeah, I think you've hit it on the head. I know my president had mentioned you go slow on us. I don't think you have, but for the right reasons. I think the only thing I will add to what you've said is, I think for those of us who profess the Christian faith, every day is a reminder to read Luke 11:45. There are some damning words that lawyers. And I think all of us need to go there and read them every time and remind ourselves we have an oath for us to ensure that we protect the citizens. Because I read it every time and these words are not good. Even reading them now here after that injection will not be proper. Ladies and gentlemen, I come bearing good news. Those sad are not encouraging at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I come bearing good news. Do you want to receive the good news? The table that has said, yes, this one, you are the ones to serve first. Clearly, you are waiting for this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, can I try that one more time? I come bearing good news. We can serve. Are you ready? Yeah. And I think the loudest table will serve first. As many of other opinions say, aye. The guys at the back, you guys started eating before we came, or? Okay, let me add to that also. We have a cash bar that is open. Okay? When this door is open, you will clearly see it. So please visit there and get your favorite poison. They have enough. So please visit that booth. But at the moment, it is important for me to pass that information. We are ready to serve. So in a few, I will be inviting us to serve. But before we do that, it is important to make recognitions of those who are here. And of course, Honorable, our keynote speaker, Honorable Justice Patrick Kiage, asante sana. In our midst, ladies and gentlemen, we have also the President of LSK, Memona Kanjama hapa. A round of applause, please, to our President, asante, and of course the council members were present. Yeah, and I saw them. I see Kanjama is, please, I saw Kanjama introducing one. There are several of them who have arrived as we were proceeding. Please, if you can be upstanding, we recognize you. Asante, they represent us very well. Asante sana. Yes. And of course, I've also been informed that in our midst we also have Commissioner Jacqueline Ngotia na amechukua meza hapa, representative wetu pale JSC. Asante sana, thank you very much. In our midst, of course, we also have my chair for Nairobi LSK ako hapa Kivuva na timu yake kubwa sana. They are our partners. Wako wapi watu wako? Niliona Mkenya hapa. Yes, there are several of them who are present with us. David Mwangi nimemuona pale, naona Daudi ako pale, Edith Sasida, Alia Philip is here, Ivy is here. Asante sana. And of course the trust senior council Buta with the team, they are also here. Please appreciate the trust also for this every time. Yes, please, we need to recognize you. Please, yes, let's celebrate them. Asante. This is some of them are outside there also. This is the trust. Asante sana. Asante, they are our host tonight. Thank you very much. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you came. We invited you and you came, and we appreciate you. Please don't be mean with yourself. Appreciate yourself with a hand clap. Thank you for accepting the invitation. Asante sana. And at this juncture, I believe food is ready. I'm waiting for the white smoke. I saw it a few seconds ago, and I think it's ready. So if you give me probably about 2 minutes so that I can give us the order we will follow. All I know is that to your left, in a moment we'll be opening the doors. We are serving on the left side, and we have a lot. We have the starters in the house, we have the main, and of course some desserts thereafter. We have 2 serving points. You can go to your left or right as you exit to the left. So please give us 2 minutes so the DJ gives us some music for me to confirm if the chicken is well marinated, and then I will come and invite us to serve. In the meantime, DJ, please give us some music. Thank you very much. Asante.
I was waiting for so long for a miracle to come. Everyone told me to be strong. Hold on and don't shed a tear. Through the darkness and good times, I knew I'd make it through. And the world thought I had it all, but I was waiting for you. Hush, now I see light in the sky. Oh, it's almost blinding me. I can't believe I've been touched by an angel with love. Let the rain come down and wash away my tears. Let it fill my soul and drown my fears. Let it shatter the walls.
Thank you, DJ. Asante sana. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can have my chair, Kivuva. You can volunteer one of the council member to come and give thanks for the food so that we can serve, yeah? Yes, please come. And then I will start with our guest of honors together with our chair here. Karibu.
Let us pray. Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we thank you most profoundly for gathering us tonight. We thank you for the food that has been set before us. Even as we partake of it, Lord, we pray that you bless it. May it nourish our bodies.
Partunake bazotuna ngai oza encore na ye ngai nakangi kimia po solo esalemaka mpasi koloba bolingo oyo bateli ngai ezali wapi ngawa nazali koluka sans kotika ata soki nzela nyonso ekangami. Pour le temps nyonso okozala na motema ata soki mokili eboyi ngai kote nyonso bakolinga yo te ndenge ngai po bolingo na ngai ezali solo ezali kosenga te ezali kotanga te. Mayday, 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 Toyota awale. Ah mama, motema ekomi lourd depuis recho akomi silence. Mi amorecho mbelela na motema apela bolingo ezobima nazokoluka yo bolingo na ngai. Mayday, 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 akomboloka pasi mama inanga ekomi komplike depuis echo akoma silence. Mi amorecho
anybody will won't fight you. May they come, they already know. I'll be right beside you, like the wall of Jericho. They don't know, they don't know, they don't know what's going on. Monagiso, 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 my baby boo. I'll be a soldier for you. I'm getting better in Kung Fu. You should know I got you, and you don't need to guide me too. I'll be right beside you, running to you, running to you. I'll be running to you, running to you. Anywhere that you go to, running.
gentlemen, how is the dinner? It's good, right? Yeah, it's good. It's good. I hope you've also made good use of the desserts that are there. Yeah, so if you're not full, worry not. I have a formula for you. Get rid of the specs. They always see your specs, so get rid of them, go back. They will not know it's you. So please make sure you're full, because we will need you with full of energy for the next activity that is coming. And I hope you're ready for it. Because this journey to top 100 is no mean task, and some of us who are here. So a kind reminder again, the cash bar is open. Please make good use of it. Please visit there. So in a few minutes, I will meet my senior counsel, Beota, to come and take us to the next place. So please finish up. I can see some fruits coming your way. Give us some music. Asante sana. Thank you.
Girl got style, she writes from home when her time is cool, or from a lecture when she's at school. I got her number, but we still chat, exchanging pictures and sending tracks. But to my surprise, yeah, and you will see her status says she's playing my song. Check BBM and you will see her status says she's playing my song. Playing my song, playing my song. Her status says she's playing my song. Playing my song, playing my song. Her status says she's playing my song. Morning, baby, time to rise and shine. I love you, darling. I love you so. And here in my heart, you have a home. I wrote back, baby.
Member of the bar present this evening, and that's Fredo Jambo, Senior Counsel, just to share a brief word with us, and as we celebrate the legacy that we have inherited and the future that we are working towards.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It's so lovely to be here this night and to see so many expectant faces. Well, I meant faces, not expectant in any other way. But it's a wonderful thing to come to a convocation like this, because it reminds one that one was at one point a little younger than one is now. When I'm talking to myself in the third party singular. It's a great thing to be able to come together like this and to recognize each other. Not so much for the plaudits that you get when you're recognized, but as a way of encouraging each other to move forward without failing. I'm told I'm the most senior here, but that's only because I'm older, not better than any of you. And so I would hope that as you see those who are nominated and those who finally make the cut, don't look at yourself as if you are any less than they are. Because it's all just a matter of journey. And we all journey at different speeds. It doesn't mean we're less than those who run fast, nor are we better than those who run slowly. It only means that we have a way in which we can measure our own speed. And that's what I would like to suggest to you tonight. Listening to Judge Kiage, and especially when he talked about, I don't know whether it was him or the earlier speaker, talked about the way in which we treat each other in the profession, but also the way in which we treat the courts before which we appear. It's now fair game to call a judge anything. It's all right for us to go into social media and make all kinds of allegations, even if they were true. I would like to suggest that that's not the way you do it, even if they were true. But worse still, we don't care whether they're true or not. We just splash them out into the open. May I humbly suggest to you that that's wrong in principle and wrong in fact. And so I would hope that as we come to a place like this, as we come to recognize some of us amongst us who have impressed us, I would hope that this is an opportunity for introspection, for each one of us to look into ourselves and say to ourselves, am I a contributor to the betterment of this wonderful and noble profession, or am I one of those who's an iconoclast? We break things down, and we're constantly breaking, not just by what we say, but this examination, this self-examination, and say to yourself, it's my job, it's my mission, it's my commission to make this.
So I stand before you this evening wearing two hats. First, as the chair of Nairobi Legal Awards and as the chair of the listings jury. That's the jury that decided, that went through the applications and the nominees. Now, in our profession, wearing two hats is normally the point at which somebody rises, adjusts their gown, and says, Chair, before you proceed, kindly address the issue of conflict. You that I have considered the conflict, I have declared it to myself, and I unanimously allowed myself to continue. And the unveiling of the top 100 external practitioners under the theme, the Transformation Edition, honoring the legacy, shaping the future. Time of tremendous change. Technology, artificial intelligence, new client expectations, new business models, regional next generation will practice differently, ethically, sustainably, and excellently. So a key part of tonight's event is the unveiling of the top 100 external practitioners in 3 categories: litigation, commercial practice, and conveyancing. And before anybody starts cross-examining the list, because lawyers are incapable of receiving a list quietly, let me say something about the process. We received a total of 261 nominations. Nominated, who responded to the invitation, submitted their profiles, provided supporting information, and participated in the process. It is not a census of from corridor, boardroom, land registry queue, tax dispute, banking transaction, or a WhatsApp group where advocates speak freely under the mistaken belief that screenshots do not exist. And so that's why that they have stopped being big names. It does not mean the listings jury did not know them. It does not mean that they have fallen from grace. We considered transaction value, complexity, advisory work, strategic impact, regulatory work, commercial judgment, and referee validation. And for conveyancing, we considered technical competence, transaction complexity, diligence, risk management, reliability, client service, reputation, and contribution to practice. And let me say this, conveyancing practitioners deserve special recognition. Litigators are vocal in court. Commercial lawyers speak in acronyms. But conveyancers fight silent battles with titles, charges, consents, valuations, stamp duty portals, registries, maps, missing files, and clients who says, Wakili, completion is tomorrow, when they first sent instructions yesterday evening. We also considered referee feedback. Referees are important because in law as in life, it helps when someone else can confirm that you are as brilliant as your profile says you are. Going forward, we also encourage nominees to think carefully. It was not perfect. No human process is. But it was careful, structured, documented, and principled. And we have learned lessons, and as a trust, we are strengthening the rules and guidelines so that future listings and main awards become clearer, fairer, and more defensible. So tonight's recognition is also not the end of the Nairobi Legal Awards calendar. It's part of the journey towards the Nairobi Legal Awards, the main Nairobi Legal Awards later in the year. And so today we'll be launching that particular process, and I'd like to encourage you all. Nominate deserving colleagues. Submit strong entries. Participate fully and brief your referees early. Do not send your papers at midnight on the last day and then call the secretariat at 7 a.m. asking whether you made it onto the list. The secretariat is very hardworking, but they're not an e-filing portal. And even that portal sometimes needs prayer and fasting, right? So the broader purpose of tonight is also dialogue. The profession is changing, and we must ask, what does excellence look like in a future-ready law firm? How do we preserve ethics while embracing innovation? And that has been talked about by others tonight. How do we mentor younger lawyers without merely telling them how hard things were in our day? How do we build sustainable practice where advocates serve clients well, pay staff well, sleep occasionally, and do not treat burnout as a badge of honor? To those unveiled tonight, congratulations. This recognition speaks to trust, competence, industry, integrity, and contribution. In a demanding profession where clients expect miracles, judges expect precision, colleagues expect courtesy, and deadlines expect blood, you have distinguished yourselves. To those who were shortlisted but did not make it to the final list, you also deserve recognition. Reaching the shortlist itself was a mark of professional regard. The fact that you are not in the final 100 does not in any way diminish your work. It simply reflects the difficult choices that any ranking or listing exercise must make. So let me thank the trustees, the listing jury, the technical committee, the LSK Nairobi Branch Council, the Secretariat, the referees, nominees, sponsors, partners, and all who have supported this process. The Secretariat in particular has worked extremely hard, following up documents, managing lists, liaising with nominees, correcting errors, and absorbing the anxieties of a profession that can turn even a dinner into interlocutory proceedings. And because this is not only an awards event, but also a dinner, I should remind us that the evening includes interaction, networking, and celebration. And yes, if you look at the program, there'll even be dancing. So I know this may alarm some senior members of the bar, but transformation requires courage. If you can cross-examine a hostile witness, you can survive one dance. So let me end by congratulating the top 100 external practitioners. May your clients pay on time. May your matters proceed when listed. May your documents upload on the first attempt. May the land registry find your file. And may opposing counsel discover the beauty of reasonable compromise. And may the legal profession continue to honor its legacy while shaping its future. Congratulations and thank you. So I will now invite the listing juries to join me up here. We were a jury of 5 people. One of us, Linda Muihaki, could not be here today because of another commitment out of town, but she participated in that. These are the other members of the listing jury. You probably recognize and know them. Let me let them introduce themselves.
Good evening, everybody. Rene Omondi, aka Lillian Rene Omondi, for those who've dealt with me longer.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carol Ayugi. I'm a partner at Man Advocates.
Good evening, colleagues. My name is Julius Kitheka. He is also a trustee of the NLA.
And I forgot to indicate I'm a partner at Oraro and Company.
So these are the members of the jury who spent long hours, I can assure you, just going through each and every one of your nominations, your particulars, your referee feedback, and all. And so, having said that, the time has come, and we will first of all start in the category of litigation. It's 100 people, it's a long list, so how we will do it is this. I will call out the first 10. Yeah, let's do 10 at a go. Call out the first 10, you will come up, you will get a certificate. Excuse us for a minute. let's go. No, come. All right, so we're going to launch the top 100. That contains the list. We'll ask Lillian to do the honors. So Mr. Kitheka and I will read out the names of the litigation finalists, and then after that we'll have the conveyancing, the commercial and conveyancing. It's not a ranking, so we have listed the names in alphabetical order. So I'll read the first 10. You can come up, you will receive your certificates, and then we will take a photograph of the 10, and then we'll move on to the next 10. So the top litigation advocates: 1, Abbas Ismail. Alfred Dare. Alan Gishuhi, Senior Counsel. Just come up, yeah. Asli Osman Mahamud. Boniface Wanyama Masinde. Calvin Otieno Crispin Maondo Simiu. Clifford Odhiambo and Cosima Apeles Wetende. So I'll request Judge Patrick Kiage to come and do the first certificates. Where
Be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk the guy, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name.
So Abbas Ismail. Yeah, just stand at the end, please. Alfred Dare. Alan Gishuhi, Wamai and Alan. Sorry, maybe I should just go over that again. Abbas Ismail is from ALN Kenya and Jarwal and Kana. Alfred Dare, Bowman's Kenya, Colson Honey LLP. Alfred Gishuhi, Senior Counsel, Wamai and Allen, is not here. Asli Osman Mohammed, Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi Advocates. Boniface Wanyama Masinde, Boniface Masinde and Company Advocates, not here. Calvin Otieno Mondi, COL Advocates. Cecil Kuyo, Bowman's Kenya. Colson Honey, not here. Crispin Maondo Simiu, Mulanya and Maondo Advocates, not here. Oh, he's here? No. Clifford Odhiambo, Clifford Odhiambo and Company Advocates. Cosima Apeles Wetende, Kaplan and Stratton Advocates. Okay, so then you can all stand together and take a photograph. All right.
Distance, you can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you can get the gold, breaking all the records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try? Do it for your country, do it for your name, cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name.
All right, the next 10 are Desmond Odhiambo, CD8 KT. Dr. Andrew Bani Hakula. Dr. Fred Odhiambo, Senior Counsel, Kaplan and Stratton. Dr. Mudhomi Thiankolu, Senior Counsel, Mudhomi and Karanja Advocates. Edward Clyde Asitiba, ECA Law and Associates Advocates. Next is Effie Omondi, Bowman's Kenya, Colton's Honey. The next we have Elizabeth Njeri Gisheru Kitololo, EN Gisheru and Company Advocates. Eunice Lumalas, LAK Advocates. And 20 we have Evans Ogada, Professor Migaya Ketch and Associates Advocates. Sorry. Desmond Odhiambo. Dr. Hakula. Then we have
the King Kong banging on your chest. You could beat the world, you could beat the war. You could talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You could be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name. Cause you burn with the first flame, and the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you could get the gold. Breaking all the records you thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. And you're never gonna know if you never even try. Do it for your country, do it for your name. Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame.
So we'll now call upon the President of the Law Society, Mr. Charles Kanjama, Senior Counsel, to give the next batch. This time I have the certificates, so we can go to the next batch. Frederick Ngatia, Senior Counsel. George Kithi and Company. Guandaru Thuita and Company Advocates. Gusera Judith Abrahams, J.A. Gusera and Company. Harrison Luciola, Githogori and Harrison Company Advocates. Hassan Nuno Lakicha, Senior Counsel, Hassan N. Lakicha and Company Advocates. Ian Wanda Okwaro, Chege Kibathi and Company Advocates. Irene Kashindi, Munyao Thaman Kashindi Advocates. James Anyanzwa JS Advocates. And James Ochengo Duol, Senior Counsel, Triple OK Law. All right.
The next list is James Rimui. James Rimui. John Dudley Ochiel. I'm looking for Commissioner Ngutia, please. So John Ochiel is not present, and the people here are admiring your fascinator. John Ohaga is not present. Kamau Karori, not present. Oh, someone is coming for it? Oh, please come, please come. Kevin Makot, Senior Counsel, not present. Kevin Kinuthia. And he'll be followed by Mary Kiso Mutua. You are present? Oh, thank you. Melissa Ngania, I've not seen her. Anybody to pick for her? No. Melap Wataka. You're present? Yeah, please do. And I think she's from your farm? Yes. Michi Kirimi, Senior Counsel, I've not seen her. Thank you. The next lot. I think you can take their photos with these ones. Yes, please. Thank you so much. The next lot, let me call the chair of Nairobi LSK. This one I don't see. Nazima Malik, Kaplan Stratton. Someone can pick for her. Joki Jane Jerry Onyango. Just one name. She's not present. Peter Muchoki Gishuru. Are you present? Oh, yes. Professor Albert Muma, Senior Counsel. Professor Muma and advocates. Thank you, Prof. We have another professor, Patrick Locke Otieno Lumumba, Senior Counsel. Lumumba is not present. Professor Tom Ojenda, Senior Counsel, classmate to our chief guest. The senator. Rathika Arora of Bowmans, Kenya. Oh. Thank you. We have Sandra Philista Oyombe, Charles Gomba and Company Advocates. Musiende mbali sana. We are not many. We have another person from Bowmans, is Terry Mwango. Terry. And I think lastly for is it litigation, that's the last one? Yes. Victor Nduse Mailu, Andra Advocates. Oh, thank you. You pick. Yes.
We'll invite George Kashindi to come and give out this set of lawyers. Tarani Al-Nur from Bowmans, Kenya. I'm reminded to mention this is the commercial section. Amin Musa, Ellen Anjawala. Andrew Mugambi, Denton Zechichem. Ben Mugi, Mamicha and Company. That's Ben. Christine Kamami, DLA Piper Africa. Dominic Rebelo, Ellen Anjawala. Dr. Daniel Wanjao, Dentons, Hamilton, Harrison, and Matthews. Dr. Paul Kimani, Paul Andrew Advocates. The Vice President, Teresia Wavinya, please, to come and hand out these awards.
Second verse for the hustlers, gangsters, 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 gangsters.
I'll start with Esther Omulele, OGW, MMC. Esther Wanga, Ahmed Nasir, Abdullahi Advocates. Gakuru Anthony, Kinyanjui, ENS Kenya. Githogori and Wamboi, Githogori and Harrison Advocates. Jinaro Kibet, Senior Counsel, Triple OK. Joyce Karanja, Bowmans, Kenya. Karim Anjawala, ALN, Kenya, Anjawala. Mutegi James, Bowmans, Kenya. Nicholas Gitonga and Associates. And Njeri Wagasha, CDH Kenya.
I'm in love with this feeling now.
I'll call Faith Japan to come and help us to hand out their words. Upcountry representative. Thank you. I'll start with Parasha, Bowmans, Kenya. Philip Coulson, Bowmans, Kenya. Richard Honey, Senior Counsel, Bowmans, Kenya. Rosan Duati, ALN, Kenya. Samindolo, CDH, Kenya. Sigei Koech, Denton, Zechichem. Sonal Tejpal, ALN, Kenya. Stephen Maloa, Triple OK. Sylvia Mukuna, Bowmans, Kenya. Ruti Shah, Bowmans, Kenya.
The final category is the conveyancers. I'll be calling David Mwangi to come and assist us in handing over the certificates. The first one is Adnan Hanif Khan, ALN. Alex Njagi, Bowmans, Kenya. Bob Omondi Otieno of Bob and Bob Advocates. Cornelius Kigera, Bowmans, Kenya. Cyrus Maina, CM Advocates LLP. Irene Jelagat Koech, Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, Advocates Jane Mugo, CM Advocates LLP. Joyce Wangari Njoroge, June Rienye Advocates. Last but not least, Lauren Naomi. My apologies. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry, my apologies. That was not the last one. I thought they were. So we need to take the... I will call upon Edith Mukenya. Come and assist us to hand over the certificates for the next lot of conveyancing advocates. Lydia A. Owor, independent legal consultant. Martha Gadhoni Mwema, Wawirugatonye and Company Advocates. Mercy Jelagat Kirui, I thought I called this one. CM Advocates. Monica Wangoi Mwangi, Mamicha and Company Advocates. Nicole Gishuhi, ALN Kenya. Njeri Maina, Bowmans Kenya. Rachel Mbai, Kaplan and Stratton Advocates. Simon Kiriba, Bowmans Kenya. Stephen Jinu Kuria, Jinu and Company Advocates. Sylvia Kangede, Mboya Wangongu and Wayaki Advocates.
So, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, those are the 100 top advocates, external practitioners. Now, I'd like us to give a hearty round of applause to those who made the shortlist but didn't make the top 100. They, even though they did not make it, they deserve recognition because the very fact that they reached that particular shortlist just shows the professional regard in which they are held does not at all diminish your work. It's just, you know, as we said, when you're ranking, eventually some will get to the top and not others. I have certificates for you. So if you're present, please just wait for your name and then you can come up. And on this, I'll ask again Judge Kiage to please come and do the honors. So certificates of recognition go to Vincent Anyona Onyancha, Woman Kanjama Advocates. Kent Omondi Ouma, Okoth and Kiplagat. Berlin Edel Omamo. Mosongo Moses Maosa of Mosongo and Company Advocates. No, please stay on. Ezekiel Kibet Chumo of Chumba and Kibet Advocates. Stanley Kinyanjui, Dunstan Omari and Associates. Njigina Esther Macharia, Njigina Macharia Advocates. Can I do something? Mwanga Modesta Alakonya Law LLP. Obonyo Bernard Odhiambo ALN Kenya and Jarol and Kana. Janice Washuka Maina, Warren Law Advocates LLP.
I'm coming over in my rover. They watching over, things flowing all over, before the
Okay, for certificate of recognition, Christopher Oyer, MK and Company Advocates. Diana Jerry Murithi and Maura Advocates. Kennedy Mutuko Mutua, Sisule and Associates. Zakayo Alakonya Law LLP. Frederick Ogutu, Bowmans Kenya. Brian Jared Omware, Rafman Danji Elms and Virdi. Richard Odongo, Bowmans Kenya. Munai, Ulao and Rai Advocates. Cindy Terry Kodhiambo, Legal Consultant, YFK, Gillian Neki and Company Advocates. Nchore, Olendo, Orare and Samba Advocates.
Magic's anger on the beats.
Okay, and the final ones for recognition. Catherine Naini, and we'll ask right, for the next batch, I will ask Council Member Faith Netia to come and also trustee of the Nairobi Legal Awards to give that. So in this batch, we have Catherine Naini Teka, Kale Mainan Bundotich, advocates. We have Annette Bochaberi Guto, MMK advocates. Priyanka Kumar Tor, Wanjiro Kenyanjui advocates. Silas Getari, Abdullahi Getari, and Odhiambo advocates. And last but not least, we have James Gitao Singh, LJA Associates. Okay, thank you very much, Faith. Thank you. Yes, you can sit. You can sit. Okay, thank you very much. That brings us to the end of that particular section. Now, I will invite a fellow trustee and also a member of the listing jury, but he now comes as member of the trust, Julius Kitheka, who will launch the call for nominations and phase one of the nominations and the assessment process. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we appreciate the chairman for a job well done? Thank you. I know I'm standing between you and the dance, so I'll be very quick. As you heard from the beginning, that this is just part of the journey that we do yearly. We are coming to the main thing. And we like keeping the main thing, the main thing. That is the one that is coming in November. And it is my honor this evening to call for the phase one category of the 9th edition of the Nairobi Legal Awards, themed the Transformation Edition. These are 3 categories. That is external practitioners, what we've been doing here, who include litigation practitioner of the year,